Warning, this episode may include sensitive content. Please be advised to stop listening if you feel triggered.
But we can't say that because it might trigger people.
Why? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to trigger people out here.
Oh my gosh. You're listening to the M-Word podcast.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Is it working?
Is it working?
Can you hear us?
No.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you. Thank you,
I
everybody.
like that.
Oh gosh, I'm just trying to move closer, everyone.
Hang on. Stand up quickly. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to the M-Word podcast.
It's always us again.
Chrissy and Kimmy.
Chrissy and
your
Kimmy,
hosts.
your favorite people in the world.
Ever.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
And we out here.
We did some good self-care today.
Did we?
I did.
Oh, yeah, I
How
did.
about you?
I did.
I went to get my nails did.
Same. I got my nails did. If you follow me on Instagram again, you would have seen that I got my nails done. This might be recent anyways, because it's a recent episode, so they'll see it.
What?
Anyways, sorry, I got they'll see my nails, so because this is coming out tomorrow.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So guys, we
Yeah.
never usually leave it. Actually, yeah,
we have left it quite late.
But
oh well.
we tried to stay current.
Yeah, we try and stay current and move with the times, because the times will move without
Time
us.
moves without us.
regardless.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is literally it.
So we did self-care.
Episode done. That's it.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story. And that's your take-home message. So we'll
Bye.
see you guys on the next episode.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we got a lot of talk.
Yeah, we
lot to
did
talk
some
about.
self-care, and you went to get your hair done yesterday.
I got my hair done by my girl Sasha.
Follow her. What's her handle?
She doesn't do hair for other people.
Oh,
she
matters.
does hair for me. She's my personal hairdresser.
Oh, shut up, boy. Look at Sasha. Are you hearing this? Your girl's cock blocking you from business, you know.
Wow. She
Wow.
hasn't got. She used to do hair, but she doesn't do hair anymore like that. Like unless someone needs. So if you want to do your hair, then let me know, and I'm gonna message her for you. How about that?
Just volunteering her.
And we'll see. But yeah, she's really good. She did my hair, that you guys will see soon. Got my nails done.
Looking nice.
And what else did I do?
We had a nice
Got
fry
my
up.
eyebrows done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a fry up at my house.
Yeah, we had English breakfast.
Mine's with rice, obviously.
Yeah, that's
we
an
don't do bread.
adapted version of English breakfast.
Filipinos will know this, and you cannot deny this. You have breakfast with your fry up. You do. You just do.
I
You
normally
have
wouldn't have
eggs,
it with bread.
eggs, sausage, bacon, rice. Even fish sometimes. You even have
Really?
noodles in there for breakfast.
What?
Yes. When I go home to Philippines.
Noodles with bacon,
Yes.
egg, and... Actually, I've had bacon in my noodles.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we go home to Philippines, every morning my grandma's got everything on deck.
Mm-mm.
Sausages,
Mm.
hot dogs, eggs, bacon,
Wow.
fried rice,
Tomatoes.
egg fried rice. You got vegetables if you want.
I love
You got the
vegetables.
cut up fruits.
Wow. In the noodles.
No, on the sides.
Oh,
You mix
okay.
and match.
That's a lot
You know,
going
them
on.
ones. Yeah, it's a lot going on, but that's breakfast.
Breakfast.
Filipinos can eat
I love
rice,
that.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Does not matter.
I
what
mean,
time
I've
of
seen
the
that in
day
real
it is.
life with Kim, to be honest. She's had, when we used to live together, she used to have rice in the morning, rice in the afternoon, rice as a snack, rice for dinner. I was just like, girl. You know, and I feel like I used to eat a lot of rice because of you. Like, I eat rice anyways, but...
Yeah, because I had that rice cooker.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like, is there rice in the rice
Yeah,
cooker?
mhm.
And then it'd be like, yeah, but can you cook some for me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
We used to have a lot of rice.
That's the dynamic.
I used to eat rice a lot.
No, rice is life,
Rice is life.
And I had-
Hashtag rice is life.
right? And I had good quality rice.
True.
All
we
the
had
time.
what? Basmati.
Never.
Wait, Kim, we don't use
That's
basmati.
blasphemous. There's no way.
Oi.
No
all
way.
my Ghanaians out there, did you hear what she just said?
That's blasphemy.
She said basmati rice is blasphemous, you know. That's the rice we use for our jollof, by the way. What rice do you use?
What is it? Is it the long one?
That's long grain.
separates?
That's what the Nigerians use.
Because basmati is like the one that are like, they're thin, but they separate. Like,
yeah, that's basmati.
See, we only use that if we make fried rice.
What do you use normally?
Like, not extremely sticky, but rice that sticks together.
Okay, but
Like,
so
you can
not long
scoop it
grain
out.
then?
No.
It's slightly like basmati, or is it just sticky rice?
Basmati is okay, but not with normal meals for me. It has to be fried rice with, like, I don't know, something saucy.
Okay, I think rice is rice to me, except from long grain rice. Long grain rice is like bullets.
Rice is not just rice.
And that's why Nigerian jollof doesn't bang.
I think it does. I think it's nice.
No, which one do you think is better, Ghanaian or Nigerian?
I've not tasted Ghanaian fried jollof.
Have you not?
No, you haven't even fed me. This is how I know you're not real.
Because I don't really, you know what's funny? I don't really like jollof as much as I like jollof, yeah, but I don't. It's not my favorite. Because you know people are like, oh my god, jollof. I prefer fried rice. I'd rather go for fried rice than jollof.
Really?
Yeah, because jollof is just plain. Really, it's just orange.
So fried rice can be.
Yeah, but fried rice,
you got veg,
you got veg, you got pork or beef, you got
egg.
prawn, egg. You know, it's a mixture of stuff. Whereas jollof is just you might have meat in there maybe.
Yeah,
but most of the time jollof is plain. It's just rice.
Well,
flavored rice.
The places I've been to, like Bay's, like family gatherings and that, there's always both.
Yeah, with meat
you have
in there.
both.
Yeah, you
like,
can do.
So that's the only jollof.
So what long grain is what you're having?
Because
that's what they have. That's what the Nigerians have.
What's wrong with it? There's nothing. No,
no, it's not. Once you taste Ghanaian jollof, yeah, you'll know the truth. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'll taste it when you feed it to me. But far,
hate me if you want, guys. I know I'm gonna get some hate here. You know.
I believe it when I taste it.
But Ghanaian rice is number one. Maybe then it'll be Nigerian jollof. But I still don't even think they make number 2 because I think
wow,
Sierra Leone, I think they make jollof as well. I don't know, but their jollof probably bangs.
Why don't my friends feed me? This is not fair. I feed you guys Filipino food.
Yeah, because
give me some nice. I don't know. What do you have?
What do you want to have? Okra soup?
Why not? I like okra.
What with the soup?
I've never had it with the soup. Actually, I've had it in a stew.
That's nice.
So a stew full of veg.
Yeah, but it'll be chopped up proper, like really small, and it's proper. Slimy.
Oh,
I love that.
I don't know about that. You know, I mean, I could used to firm it when they were like my grandma would keep it whole and put it in the stew, and I'd have to just bite into it and feel I like it. It's chopped proper small, so it's proper. It's like you're eating a snail.
Don't say that, because that's gonna put. Actually, no, it would never put me off.
Mucus.
Okra soup, and it's so nice. It's got lamb.
I don't understand it.
Why? Well, it's slimy.
Yeah.
Because I love the fact that it's slimy. It's just so. Girl, you don't know.
The only slimy thing I can eat is like oily fish.
Is oily fish slimy?
You know, like.
I don't really eat that.
Tuna can be oily. Cod liver oil, stuff like that. But otherwise, I don't. Okra is just a different level.
I love okra soup.
Different level of slime. That reminds me of other.
I remember when I used to have loads of kenke and stuff.
See, that you haven't fed me.
Kenke, by the way, guys, is a Ghanaian dish, and it looks like. I don't know what it looks like. Yeah, I know what it looks like, but I can't explain it. Remember, it was the one where it was like covered in like a leaf. Remember, I used to have it all the time at uni, and I used to cut my tomatoes.
What is it? Is it like a? What is it? What's it made of?
That's a good question.
Is it yam?
No, I think it's cassava.
Oh, I like that.
Let me see.
We have a cassava dessert in Philippines called cassava cake, and it's probably that but sweet.
This one is it's got an aftertaste that's a bit like not bitter, but it's like. Let me show you. This is kenke.
Oh, you know we make our cassava cakes in banana leaves, so it's similar-ish. But you have it savoury, whereas we have it like
so
sweet.
It's dumpling apparently.
Sourdough dumpling. Oh, okay.
It's like, what is it actually made of? Cornmeal, that's it.
Oh, so it's not.
They have it in the Caribbean.
Okay.
Yeah, like Jamaica as well.
I wish I would know because
anyways, kenke is
my
really
friends
nice.
don't feed me.
Oh yeah, ground and corn. That's it. Ground corn. Yeah.
Maize.
So, yeah, that's what it is basically. Oh, and then you have it with like red peppery stew or sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And that's made from tomatoes blended with onion and scotch bonnet, and it's really spicy.
Oh, that's a bit too much.
No, it's gonna be spicy.
I can only deal a certain level of spice, guys.
And you have fish. You can have like dried fish, or you can have like any type of fish. I have it with like tuna.
Oh,
and chicken because on the side. Or sometimes I have it with egg. I have it. You can make it with any side.
Egg.
Yeah, I'll do random stuff like a boiled egg next to it. And then you can just cut up your tomatoes and your onions.
Is it true that Ghanaians have egg with everything?
It's very true.
Really?
Well, I didn't know it was an actual thing, because naturally we just have loads of eggs, boiled egg with like food. But we tend to have it with soup. We put a boiled egg in soup. So if we have, for example, like pounded jam, for example, with soup.
Yeah.
Then we'll just put like a boiled egg in
there. That's the same as so my sister-in-law, she's Bengali, and she puts like egg in her curries and stews and stuff like that. Always there's boiled eggs in there. Yeah. Even with the seafood boil that we bought, she boiled eggs at home.
I would do the same.
And she put it in there.
I don't know, boiled egg is just beautiful.
It is good. It is good.
I eat a lot of
Scotched eggs.
Oh, Scotch eggs. Oh my God. See, I don't like I don't like anything that's just fake. Like it's an egg, but it's got stuff around it. Like, why do you need to do that?
I mean, Filipinos don't really. We don't really put. I mean, there's some soups that my mum makes that she puts boiled eggs in it, but it's not really. It's like a rare one. Like we eat it as fried. Or...
Fried egg. Oh yeah, no. So I was thinking, how can you make a fried? Yeah. I know. Sorry.
Fried boiled egg.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you're frying the boiled egg.
No,
because that's
like fried.
Different.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Fried egg, or you put it in the fried rice. Do you know, that's the only time you eat eggs. Or we use it in a lot of our desserts, like leche flan is literally made of egg whites.
Oh no.
Well, it's really nice.
Really nice.
Like you literally put it everywhere, but not like you guys do. Oh, that's nice.
I love boiled egg. I love I think the best part of the boiled egg is the white bit.
Oh yeah,
the actual thing.
Do you not like the middle?
I used to hate it. My mom used to make me eat it.
Oh no, when it's like too cooked, I don't like that.
Like
because it tastes like chalk.
Yeah.
I only have it if it's kind of runny
yellow.
still.
Oh no, see girl.
No. When it's a little bit mushy orange. See, I like my fried eggs runny. Yeah, and so the middle of my boiled eggs cannot be hard. No.
I want hard boiled.
Ew.
Boiled.
I can't do that.
That's why I remember I used to boil the egg for like 10-20 minutes.
Yeah, all the water would be
gone,
evaporated,
and then I'll know it's done.
No.
I'm like, yep, that's a real.
It's a no from me.
Boiled egg. I don't want to, because the thing is, I'm scared that you'll open it and it's bare, it's fake. Like you just open it, it's
what
like not done.
Mean?
It's not done, and the middle's like
How
orange,
can an egg be fake?
And it's like you open it and it's like stuff coming out. I hate that stuff.
No, that's called undercooked.
No, people have that with them. What do they call it?
Oh,
the soldier stuff.
Oh
whatever
my
they call it, dipping in bread and egg.
Yeah, I know what you mean. How do they? You know that's raw. You know that when it's slimy like that and the white bit slimy, that's raw. I don't think you should be eating that.
What are they called? Soldiers.
You get salmonella. I can't remember what it's called. It's not poached eggs.
It's like egg soldiers or something.
Yeah, when they put in them cup holders and they put like strips of bread and...
Fam, I was like, what kind of meal is this?
No, because
when I came to this country, I saw that. I was like, what kind of meal?
Odd, isn't it?
It's odd. Like, who thinks, let me not boil an egg
My grandma
properly.
Would laugh. My grandma would be like, what is this
and
contraption?
Dip bread, by the way.
Where's the rice?
It's weird. But anyways, each to their own.
Each to their own. If you enjoy that, then good on you.
If you like eggy soldiers.
I mean, I put runny. I have runny eggs, like just the middle bit's runny, and I put it all over my rice when I eat it.
Girl.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I like everything well done except for my steak.
What's your medium well?
Yeah. No, medium. Yeah, no, medium, just medium.
No, it should be medium rare. And
I get medium rare.
Do you?
Or is it medium well that I get?
Medium well that you get.
I
chewy
get
stuff.
No, that's not even. I get when the middle bit is red, like not too red, but like red.
Medium rare.
I think I get medium rare.
I get that or
what
rare.
What do you get?
Medium rare to
then
rare.
I get the one above you.
Medium.
Yeah, that's what I said, medium. That's what I get.
Then that's not red in the middle, is it?
It's still a bit red. It's still got a hint of redness.
Pink. It's like pale pink.
Yeah. And I think that's perfect. I think that's the perfect steak.
No.
When you see the blood oozing.
Oh no, honey. It's not blood. It's not blood. It's some. I can't remember. I read something. It looks like blood, but it's actually not blood.
So if something looks like blood, then what could it be? Then it must be a. It must be. If it looks like a
blood,
then it must be a blood.
No, it must. I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna get it up and I'm gonna tell you guys
on our next episode, because nobody wants to hear about your steak running bloody. Your bloody steak.
Why are you hating?
No. Okay, well that's our random conversation done.
No humming this time.
No humming. Yeah, one of our many friends out here. Apparently we're humming too much.
Humming.
We're not even humming.
Singing,
we sing a lot though.
Singing is part of life.
And singing is our passion. I'm trying to be a singer. So.
Exactly, and I'm just here.
She's my hype man. So
sometimes.
Yep. And I've got a good voice, I think. What do you think?
I think with some help you could be good.
What help though?
Like a vocal coach. You know,
I don't need no vocal coach.
Yes, you do. Let's not lie.
You think?
If you got a vocal
sing.
coach to actually help you to like
stabilize my tone
and stuff like
techniques.
that.
What techniques do you need?
Sometimes you be wobbly.
You think?
Go on, do us a tune.
Okay, give me a tune.
Any song.
Give me a tune.
Try a Beyonce song. Why
are you trying to do Beyonce?
Boom, chicka.
No, but what Beyonce song is there?
No, I'm doing a beat for you because you said give you a beat.
No, give me a song that I can sing.
I'll give you a song.
Like,
do
that I know the lyrics of.
Do Beyonce Dance for You.
Okay. Tonight I'm gonna.
See that wobble?
Wait, yeah, sorry, because I'm a bit nervous. Right? I'm not a performer. Right. Tonight I'm gonna dance for you.
Whoa.
Tonight I'm gonna dance for you.
I see that.
Thank you everybody.
Wobble.
You think it's wobbly?
A little bit.
I just need to stabilize my voice. I do get a bit.
A vocal coach. You could get there. You
got
potential.
Me one for Christmas.
You got potential.
Oh,
that's you.
You've got potential.
You see that?
Well, you've got.
See that?
Was that wobbly?
There's potential there. Who wants to help her out? Because
listen, we can make money.
This is a passion of hers.
Yeah, it is a really big passion. Big passion.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get to the main bits now.
Right.
The real topic. The real reason why we're here.
Right. So today we are going to discuss. Drum roll, please.
Oh. Boom chicka. Counselling. Counselling.
Yes.
So, we have quite different opinions on this topic, and we just want to share them with you because they're opinions that I feel like people have. You know,
and I
counselling.
think the opinions on counselling can really vary, but I think a lot of people are on the opposing side of therapy.
And I guess not a lot of people know what counselling is because everyone's like, oh, you should just go to counselling. You should just go to counselling. You should just go to counselling. Without actually knowing what it is. Or like, you need therapy. You need therapy.
Yeah.
Or seek help.
What it's for.
But no one knows exactly what you're doing in counselling. So we'll just give a brief sort of overview.
Yes.
Or no, actually, we'll tell you the purpose of counselling.
From Google.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Because I guess there's different types of modalities and stuff. Yeah. So there's psychotherapy and all of that. And there's there's different types of counselling.
Yeah.
But generally, why would somebody go to counselling? What's the purpose of counselling? Is it just to sit there and talk?
It can be.
It can be. Or is there more to it? Okay, so I'm just going to talk about 4 points maybe about what counselling could be for you. So counselling is basically, it's a therapeutic intervention for mental health. So it can be quite complex mental health. So like PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, or like severe depression or anxiety. It can be literally anything. Really. Relationship difficulties, communication, interpersonal, all that stuff. Yeah. So the main, well, it's not really the main point, but one of the reasons for, or the purpose for counselling is to actually assist patients or an individual to be more aware of their emotional state, and also understand when they're experiencing distress. Okay.
Can I just clarify? Yeah. Counselling is not strictly limited to people with mental health problems.
Oh, yes.
BT dubs, like, you don't have to be depressed, you don't have to be anxious or have PTSD to go to counselling. You could literally go to a counsellor to talk.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going through stress and stuff like that. So don't get the impression that, so I don't fit the criteria of depression, I can't really, I shouldn't have a counsellor.
Stress is actually an interesting one as well, because we see a lot of people in our workplace with like stress.
Oh yeah.
Like patients come in with stress that don't necessarily have clinical depression, but still
obviously impacts on your mood.
On their mood, and also being able to do things. So yeah. Again, it's just to be aware of their emotional state. So sometimes people find it really hard to identify how they feel and why they feel a certain way. A lot of young people find it really hard to understand why they feel certain like feelings or have certain thoughts. When I assess like people under 18, I find it so difficult to find what the main issue is, because they can't actually identify
it's like just this constant flat feeling. I think that's the best way I can describe it. Like, you're like, so are you feeling low? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or
like, I'm not
why
sure.
have you stopped it? I'm not sure. I just can't be bothered.
And I'm just
that
thinking,
kind of numbness, like flat feeling.
And it's so hard, because I'm like, what is making you feel this way? And it's so
and you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know, and they don't. It's like they don't know, but I guess they don't have enough insight into their own emotions. That they don't really know how to make sense of it, basically. Like, connect the dots, basically.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's really annoying. Like, I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, because
like, do you feel anxious then? Not sure.
Not sure. But, and it's not like necessarily like a specific answer as to why.
Yeah.
It could actually be a bunch of things that create it, like just lead them to feeling this way. And it can be annoying for us assessors, because we're like, what is the problem? But they actually don't know. That's why they come to us.
Yeah, exactly.
For assessment.
To assess you. And then another part of, the reason for counselling is to sort of just help, the person who's there, the individual, to learn more about expressing their emotions safely to themselves and to other people. And therefore they can be more aware of their personal boundaries as well, and just protect that. So it's all about I think in this sense, it's all about understanding your emotions, but then how do you express that safely? And when I mean safely, everyone's emotions is expressed differently. So if someone's really upset or feels low, that might be expressed through anger or irritability, or they might lash out, or even do other things that are dangerous, such as drink or
take
drugs. And so it's just about how can they express their emotions safely to themselves. So yes, I feel sad, and gain an insight, but also express it to other people, so when they do feel low, they know how to express that without harming themselves or harming another person, really. And the next point is that it allows the person to also address things that have happened in the past and also present, and learn more about sort of what they're frustrated about, instead of sort of repressing their needs as well. So again, with counselling, you get to discuss what's happened in the past, your childhood, in a bit more detail. How that contributes to how you feel now. Which I guess is a good way, instead of sort of putting everything at the back of your head and repressing. So, what do you think, Kimmy?
I think with counselling, like everything in life, you have to do your part of the work as well. Like, a lot of people think going to counselling will then solve my problems. The counsellor will cure me. Like, I'll stop having these thoughts because my counsellor said so. It's not the case at all. You have to actually do your own bit as well, and do your own like work on yourself. So I think that's a big misconception on counselling, and like the help that you can receive from a professional. And like you said, with being able to express yourself, I think it's a good way to tell someone in confidential, because it's literally in the counsellor or the therapist. Like they're bound by that that's kind of a law for therapy, is that you keep it confidential, you don't tell no one else. And so it's a safe space to be able to tell them whatever without being judged, unless of course you're hurting another person, or you are in a position where you're being hurt physically. If someone's in danger, then obviously that's when they have to tell someone else. But in any case, if it's nothing of that nature, then it's actually a good place to just let out pretty much everything. But I know that sometimes that can bring up a bunch of things as well, like that can bring up a bunch of emotions that you don't want to deal with.
No, exactly. So those are sort of the points in terms of what's the purpose of counselling, before anyone gets a bit confused as to why you would want to go. They're very brief, by the way, so obviously there's more reasons as to why counselling is perfect for you if you're going through difficult times. But yeah, just general sort of views.
I think counselling's not for everyone though.
I don't think it is.
I think it's effective for a lot of people, but not for others.
I thought, like, I read a lot of tweets and everyone's like, oh, people need everyone needs counselling.
Right.
And at first I agreed, but now I don't think I do agree with that.
Why?
Well, I personally... I personally think counselling... Like, I don't know, I'm probably going to sound a bit of like a hypocrite right now, but I think... I would always tell people, if you're going through a difficult time and you need to talk to somebody, do go to counselling. But would I do that?
Would you?
No.
Why not?
I wouldn't, actually. I was looking. There was a time when I was going through some really difficult things with my emotions myself. And I was looking. Remember, I was looking like a couple episodes back. Because I was going to
start looking for you. Yeah.
And it was looking a bit pricey. It was looking pricey. I think that put me off a little bit. But
yeah, of course.
I was looking, and then I just thought, do you know what stopped me?
What stopped you?
The reason I just didn't bother even looking anymore, it was the fact that I knew if I start this, then I have to actually address things that will make me sad, I think. Like, it will open up a Pandora box, basically. Pandora box, and literally let everything out. And then I have to deal with all of that again on my own. And I think with me, it's more like the things that I have sort of suppressed are not real to me. Yeah. They're not real.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen. So if I start to talk about it with this counsellor,
it's going to be real.
It's going to be real. And then I have to address those feelings. And then how will that affect me? Like, will I be stable after that? Will it break me down even more? So I thought, nah, I ain't going to do it. Because I'm just going to cover that up.
Yeah.
Forget about it even more. Keep pushing it back until...
It comes back up again.
Yeah, and then we keep pushing it back again until,
No.
But,
don't listen to her.
Well, yeah, don't listen to me. But this is an example of what not to do. But, that's my plan, so that I don't have to deal with it. Because next year, I've got a lot of things that I need to do. And I just don't want to be dealing with my emotions half of the year. Yeah. Basically, feeling upset.
It's one of those journeys that you have to embark on once you're ready. Because there's no rush.
When will you be ready? Because when you're in a good mood, when you're happy, will you be ready for counselling then? You don't want to now start thinking about things that make you feel sad.
I suppose you won't go unless
you won't go. Low. Exactly.
Or unless your actions are starting to affect
other I think that's when I would go, but it hasn't really... I think it hasn't affected other people. It's affected me, but I'm quite... I'm really good at managing... like my emotions a little bit, even when it's like difficult. I'm still able to do things regardless. So I have a mini breakdown, cry, oh my god, and then wipe my tears and get on with it. That's how I've always been. Or like at night, maybe I'll just cry into my pillow really hard, and then I'd turn on my Netflix and I'm watching, back to work the next day as well. Yeah, and then we do the same thing.
That's not healthy, baby.
It's not healthy. It sounds really unhealthy now I'm saying it. But that's how I've always dealt with things, and I'm doing okay.
Do you not want like a different way of managing?
I mean,
a way that you won't have to cry and actually rationalize and be like, I understand that that's what has happened and it's making me feel this way, but it's not how it is now. Like, to just be able to think that and then boom, you're fine.
Yes and no. Yes and no, because you have to be, I think you need to be at a point where you can really, like...
Yeah.
Because when you go to counselling, you're I've never been. Kim, you know, Kim's been to counselling and she understands what sort of goes on there, the process. But I've never been. And in my head, it looks like I'm going to sit there and talk to someone.
Yeah.
And, you know, talk about things that have happened in the past.
Yeah.
Things that, you know, it's weird as well. Things that you'll talk about the past, but then you start to remember things that you really suppressed. Yeah. Then you think, wow, did that actually happen?
Piece things together.
Yeah, and then everything start... Girl, I ain't got time. No, I haven't got the... I can't do it.
It's a terrifying process.
It's very scary to me because
it's terrifying.
I'm doing okay. Like, I can manage my own emotions now. But then to deal with a lot more from the past, why? When it's in the past, though? Why do I need to address that?
Because... Okay. That's a good question.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people... kind of have, like, for me, for example, I went to counselling not for no reason. It's just something happened in the past.
Yeah.
And the way it came about wasn't easy. It wasn't like slow, gradual kind of deterioration. It was like hard. It came like, it was like, boom, here's what happened. I'm going to reveal to you what happened, and that would set off PTSD. And that's what happened to me. I had flashbacks, and flashbacks are scary, you guys. It's not just like sudden onsets of memory. No. It's not that. It's like, flashback is where you literally feel the same, like how you felt when that trauma happened. I was in the same place. The same thing was happening to me. I can smell, I can see, I can hear everything. Yeah. It was like you're being thrown back in time.
Wow.
Weird, because you can't imagine it unless you've been through it.
Yes.
But this is what people, like soldiers, for example, they go back to that time of where...
And they sometimes like, even behave... I think I read...
There was a guy in town, they called him Tiger Man or something. He was a veteran. Oh my gosh, yes. He walked around in his uniform.
Yes.
And people would like make the shooting motion at him because he...
sometimes he would... Oh my gosh, I remember.
Sometimes he would hide behind bins and like really act like he was in the war. And I was, as a kid, I was like, he's playing. But now I think about it,
Oh my gosh, Tiger... Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Now that I think about it, I'm like,
he was
damn.
in town, like...
As in, he'd be hiding behind bins and like and pretending to like
be shooting and people shoot back kind of thing.
Like his posture would be as if he was a soldier again with a gun in his, like with a rifle in his arm.
Flipping hell.
That's what I mean, like.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Is it shell shock or something?
They used to call it shell shock, but they found a new name for it, which is PTSD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I should know this.
So that's what flashbacks are, and you can even behave in that time.
Yeah.
Like
because if they hear like loud noises, it triggers them as well.
Triggers your behavior.
It's
weird. It's a weird phenomenon.
It's
like,
the brain, man. It's so complex. Like
and it's
honestly.
like the flashbacks, and then you're hyper vigilant. Like at that time, I was like, something bad is happening. Something bad is happening. I was on edge. My family's gonna die. My friends are gonna die. It was like really bad, catastrophizing.
Yeah.
I always sat next to the door. In a room, I'd be closest to a door where there's a window. If there was no window or door, I wouldn't go in there. If there was no window, I wasn't not going in there. The only place would be my house.
Yeah.
But it's safe.
It's safe, yeah.
So it was like a lot of safety behaviours, like sitting next to the door and stuff like that. But PTSD happens because when you were going through the trauma, the mind couldn't really deal with that. So it coped the best way that it could, which was to shut down and just be like, this ain't happening right now. We're just gonna chuck this right back. We're gonna bury this in your brain because this didn't happen. And then years later, or it can even be 6 months later that you experience it, the flashbacks come, and that's how your brain's slowly processing this trauma. It's like, okay, so this is bits of what happened. Now you have to know consciously this is what happened. And during that time, I was like crying. I was like withdrawing from my friends. I wasn't talking to no one. I couldn't concentrate on my uni work. This was second year as well, the toughest year.
Oh my gosh, that year was so tough.
It was hell.
Yeah.
And like, it was just horrible. And that's what made me like, I didn't even go counselling properly until maybe last year. So that was like almost 2 years later. Because even though the PTSD subsides, the depression stays. Because you haven't managed that. Like, you might be familiar with what happened, but you haven't processed. You haven't accepted what happened. And that's what led to my counselling, guys. And that's, it doesn't always happen like that for people. Some people, it's a slow burner. Like, they can just feel depressed, but some days feel okay that they don't need to go counselling. Or they can suppress how they're feeling constantly.
Yes,
and it is terrifying to go and speak to someone about how you feel, because they do ask questions. Like, when my first session was terrifying.
What was it like?
Jan was like, so try and tell me a bit of your history, and that's when it came out.
So this is
Bro,
what I can't do.
I couldn't even hold it in. I had to just let it go. I was just like, cry. I was hysterical.
Really?
I was like crying. I was like, this happened and that happened, and like, I think she wanted to cry for me. And the first few sessions was like that.
Because I know the first sessions will be like, you have to sort of explain.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, and I feel like I'll start at one point, and then many other little points will come out as well.
And that's what happened throughout my sessions. Loads of little things just kept resurfacing for ages until we got all the pieces to the bigger picture, and then we could process that all together. Like, one session I'd be like, oh, I remember this happened, and oh, I remember my grandma said this, and then she would be like, so that's where A and B came from. They connect. Do you know what I mean? And then that brought on a plethora of problems for me, like interpersonal problems. I couldn't communicate. I'm a passive person. Like, when someone is like quiet and negative, I think it's my fault. It was like self-esteem and a bunch of different...
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It literally feeds into literally everything, and that's probably why I'm not, by the way, guys, I'm not against counselling, because I think it's really helpful. Yeah. And it's definitely helped Kimmy. So I'm definitely not against it. I'm saying that I'm not... am I not ready? I just think you know what? I'm just probably not even brave enough to do it. Sorry.
Honestly,
I'm just not brave enough, because I know maybe it's like I wouldn't say I'm strong, but I'm really good at like managing now and how I feel. That I don't know. I'm so strong, like I can do it now, but that if something really bad sort of came back and I had to sort of remember all of that stuff, I would break down completely. And then I'm finished. Yeah. Because then I wouldn't be able to pick myself up, and then that's it.
But that's what you think, though. That's no, honestly, that's what you think. Over. That's how it really felt like for me. I'm like, even though I kind of dealt with the worst part of it, which was in uni, I still had to then go back 2 years after, go through it again. But that time around wasn't as bad, because this time I knew that I survived last time without no one. This time I have a counsellor who can then kind of guide me through it. Like, I wouldn't force someone to go counselling.
You can never do that.
I would only show or express my experience and hope that it does something for someone, because it did help me a lot. And I'd say I'm a little bit different to how I was like, I think so. 2-3 years ago. Because there's a lot of practices that you probably wouldn't know by yourself, or wouldn't be able to practice by yourself. Someone's kind of like there to push you to do it,
guide you as well.
But it's one of those things that if you're not ready or you don't think you need it, don't go. But all I'm saying is, if a trauma is that bad that sometimes it comes up again and again and again, and you kind of have a mini breakdown again and again and again,
triggering,
when will be the and you manage it, but then in the future, if you have kids, what's going to happen? How are you going to manage that?
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, that's what scared me. That's what made me think, oh my gosh, I need to sort this out now before I have kids, because if I have kids, it's going to be mad.
Oh, yeah.
Because, it can come out in other ways, like you can keep pushing down your feelings, but it'll come out in substance misuse. You can get into toxic relationships where someone won't treat you right and you'll accept that. You can go into like toxic friendships.
Yeah, it's true actually. Yeah,
you can get angry, like you said earlier.
Yeah, anger.
You could like, your behaviors could then turn toxic towards others, but you're unaware of it.
Because it's true, because maybe something that's happened in your childhood has taught you to do that, you know. and behave in a certain way. Maybe you've learned it somewhere, but you don't even realise you've learned it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about sort of repressing, you know. And I think that's what I'm doing. I'm repressing all those memories to the point where it actually sometimes doesn't feel real. Sometimes I don't know if I've just dreamt something.
Or if it's real.
If it's actual real. Yeah. Like, if it's real. And that's, you know what it's called? Dissociative amnesia.
Oh, yeah.
I actually remembered it now.
It's like a state of in denial, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, you can actually push back memories so far that you don't remember it at all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think I've done that with some parts where...
But bits are coming back.
Yeah, bits come back. Like, I have little, like, memories of, like, when I was younger and stuff. But then sometimes I feel like, was that a dream? Or was it real? And not all the time is bad. Like, sometimes the memories are not bad. They might just be a bit upsetting, but they're not bad.
Yeah.
But then I'm not sure if it happened. Like, sometimes I will tell, like, I'll tell somebody about, like, my childhood, like, good memories. Yeah. But then I think to myself, was that actually
how it went?
Well, how it went,
my
or did
gosh, that's literally me.
Did I sort of make that up?
Triggering.
No, honestly, I think, like, once I don't know who I was talking to.
Does that apply to the good stuff or the bad stuff?
Both. Yeah. So for me, it blurs sometimes.
Like, for me, it applies to the good stuff.
Really?
Now that I think about it, right, when I think of my childhood, I only remember the bad. Only. The good stuff that I remember comes in bits. But then I think, did I make that up? Or is that what I wanted it to be? Did it actually go that way? Like, do you know what I mean? Because the bad bits are so strong and overshadowed absolutely everything.
Oh, I see, yeah. Mine's the other way. Mine's, I can remember the good bits, and then sometimes I have flashes of the bad bits.
Okay.
And I'm like, did that happen? Like,
yeah.
That's why I think that's what made me feel quite sad recently. And I'm just like, did that happen, kind of thing.
And to accept that it might have happened is, like, hard. Yeah.
Yes, so we kind of got there now.
Yeah.
But I think the good bits come out, but then at the same time, because I'm a bit of a dreamer. I do imagine a lot of situations. Yeah. So I used to do that quite a lot when I was a kid. Like, make up situations.
But that's what happens when you're traumatized as a kid.
Girl. I make up a lot of situations and scenarios that sometimes feel really real. And then sometimes I remembered that, but I'm not sure if it's real or not. Did that actually happen? Did I go to that park, for example, with my family, or did I not? Or did I imagine that I was going? And it's sometimes I really doubt my own memory. I'm not sure if some of the childhood memories I've had are actually real. And when people, like, describe their childhood, like, oh yeah, I remember I went to this, I watched this movie. Yeah. I used to watch Nickelodeon, I did all of that. Sometimes I can't really remember.
Yeah. Did I do
that?
I'm
not sure if I did, or I'm using other people's memories to build my own story.
Do you know what I
Mic drop.
No, that's triggering because my grandma used to tell me, like, family members would be like, you did this as a child and you did that, and, like, my cousin would be like, remember we used to do this? And I'm like, I can't remember, but yeah, I must have done that. So now the next time someone asks me, what was your childhood like? I went to play with my... What's the truth? What is the truth?
Oh my gosh, no, yes. Do you know, when I went back to Amsterdam to see my grandma, and I went to some concert, I was hanging out with my auntie, and then she was just telling me about when I was younger, that I was doing this and this. And by the way, I was at an age that I should have remembered that moment. And I was just sitting there, I was looking, I was thinking, I can't even remember. Did I do that? And she's like, do you not remember? And I was thinking, I guess so. I don't know. I must have done that kind of thing. Yeah. She's like, yeah, I remember I used to, she used to feed me and all that stuff, like, when I was younger, and look after me. I should say some stuff, and I couldn't really remember, but then I'll try and remember and make up what it would look like, and then somehow I think it's real. It's
real, yeah.
There's a lot of things that I think I just don't remember anymore. I've actually dissociated so much that...
That's it.
And it's quite sad, because when people talk about their childhood being all happy and good...
Oh, it's cute, isn't it?
It's so cute, but then mine doesn't really seem like that. Mine's very, like, scattered. My childhood is so scattered, and probably because I've moved around a lot as well.
So many places.
Yeah, I've moved to so many places. Stayed with different people as well, kind of thing. So it's all over.
Remember what
it's all
real.
over the place. Like,
guys, this is what happens when you get moved around as a child.
Honestly,
it's tough. Like,
it's actually tough. I went to different schools.
Yeah, different people. Like, there's four of us siblings, and we're all scattered between my grandma's. Both my grandmas, and they were both different provinces, like completely different regions of the country. I was sent away to my mum's mum. She was the stricter grandma for like a whole 3 years. My little sister was a bit younger than me, and she kept with my dad's mum. And then my older siblings were here in the UK with my mum, and my dad was out sailing. We were all scattered. And even before that, my older siblings had different nannies. Like they just had, and not in a rich way, guys. This is literally no. This is literally because my parents were working full time, and we had to like try and get cheap nannies. And they used to do stuff like steal from my mum. They used to steal like jewelry and like not even look after them properly.
Well, you get people like that, innit?
That's right. Yeah. So that's I suppose that's the result of being moved around and not having a single base. Like I think people who had positive memories is like live in one place. One place with the same people. I mean, I can't speak for everyone. Maybe that's not your experience, but that's what I can imagine.
Yeah, that's what it would look like to me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have that, you know.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, when we moved here, like from Amsterdam to the UK, then we were all like all together.
Yeah, same.
But it was just me and my brother. I have 3 brothers, so the other ones weren't born yet.
Yeah.
The 2 youngest ones weren't born. So it was just me and my brother. But before that, we like lived in Amsterdam. My mom had to obviously come here, sort things out, and everything. But I was left with my. Is she my aunt? I call her my auntie, but she's like my mom's cousin.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know.
You don't know if they're related.
Yeah, so I was left there with. So me and my brother stayed there with. So she lived in my house, but she was looking after us basically with my brother. And honestly, I think I've zoned out so much from that point. I don't really remember a lot. But,
you don't.
It was actually. I think that was probably a really hard time for me because at one point I didn't know. Like I wasn't really close to my mum as well because I felt like I didn't know her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she's moved around and stuff, and she was sorting out stuff in the UK. I didn't really spend a lot of time with her. So I didn't really know her. So when she did come to visit us quickly, to see how we were and stuff.
It's just like,
hi. I was just like,
it's like another auntie.
Yeah. It was, you know, it's so weird. And I think stuff like that sometimes pops up in my head a little bit. And I'm just like, can't really remember everything.
Yeah.
But, that was a hard time. And I was young. I was probably like 6 because I came here when I was 7.
Same.
I was young, but that was probably my most vivid. I remember stuff like that a little bit clearer, like things like that I can remember better than what I did last week.
It's weird because when I think of my childhood, I think of obviously the bad stuff. But my real this is what my counsellor said to me. My real childhood started when I was 7. When we all moved here as a family.
I think that's when
because that's when the good stuff happened. Like me and my little sister was close. Like. Do you know what I mean? We were all reunited as siblings. That's where I lived like a child. Whereas before that, it was like kind of like a child, but like a traumatized child.
I was lost. Yeah. It's a weird. Yeah, I think it's weird. I've not really. Well, both of us haven't really had proper stable childhoods anyway. So.
I think it was. I don't blame my parents. I just think it's the best way that they could have handled the situation.
I think so. You know,
because back then was tough.
Listen.
In terms of poverty and having to work and stuff like that.
Never been easy. Especially moving to a whole new country is never easy anyway. It's like
the adjustment is just difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you wanted to play a clip?
Oh, I wanted to play a clip.
We wanted to play a clip.
This is what actually made us think about this.
Yeah.
Because I was watching, I don't know if you guys watch ZZ Mills. Not sure, but oh my gosh, let me get it up.
I mean, it's all over the timeline. She did an interview with AC.
Yeah.
AC.
We'll play a little clip of his opinion on counselling.
I'm going to live my life how I see fit.
Do you like suffer from like mental illness?
Absolutely. PTSD, depression. Post-traumatic stress disorder.
And have you ever got help?
Help from where? No, there's no such thing as help. What is help? Do you want me to be section like Trevor? And get fed with fucking medicine every 2 seconds. I'm not a guinea pig. Do you understand? There's no such thing as help. Like you turn to God, you turn to your family, you seek help somewhere else.
No, but
what help? White from a white man?
No,
what help are they gonna give me? Feed me medication?
No, but you can go to a counsellor.
Fuck a counsellor. There's nothing a counsellor. You listen. There's only so much, right? You can understand a person that's been through a certain ordeal. Fuck what you heard. Counsellor, where have you been? Like when I see family members get killed, all that stuff there, like when I see stuff that I shouldn't have seen. So you as a counsellor, you haven't seen my life. You haven't seen the eyes on my...
Yeah, but sometimes it's good to talk about it.
I push that out through my music and I'm very selective as to who I open up to and stuff. Like, for example, even just me admitting that I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Many people look and think, oh, right, listen, but I don't give a fuck. Talk shit, I'll bang you. It's that real. It's scary. Do you understand?
So yeah, that was just a quick clip about AC. And obviously when I was watching that interview, it's quite sad. He's a hurt person, I can tell. He's very hurt, and you can tell in the way he reacts to things as well. And he even said it himself, he's been dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder and depression. But what is interesting about what he said, so the interviewer Zizi, she was like, why don't you get help or talk to a counsellor? And he is just like, no.
Yeah.
You know, what's the point? What's the point of it?
Yeah.
What's talking going to do? I've already seen people die. What's that gonna do?
I think there's no understanding. I think that's where it comes from. No understanding of what counselling is.
Yeah.
And I think there's a negative view anyway on professions like that, like doctors, nurses, therapists. There's a negative view on them.
Yeah.
He did mention in there, take medication.
Oh yeah.
And
he's a guinea pig as well.
Stigma, right? Again, there with medication.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. It's probably because of back in the days of how people who were mentally unwell were treated.
Yeah.
And that's why he said sort of guinea pig. And because back in those days,
that is what happened.
We can talk about that in another episode about the history. But that is what happened. So the stigma surrounding medication is still alive.
Yeah, it doesn't come from nowhere.
It doesn't come from nowhere. Yeah, it's still there. People to this day say, "Oh, I want to manage my mood without any medication," which is great, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But there's a lot of negative views about, I'm not that unwell that I need medication. I can do this myself. Right. It's like. I'm just gonna say this. I was taking medication for a long time actually. The first time ever was in third year. How long ago was that? 17. I was like 2 years ago.
17, yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I came off them after 6 months, thinking I was feeling fine, and I was fine for a bit until I was triggered again, and I had to get back on them, and as well as counselling, and. Medication obviously is not for everyone. It's stigmatized. I put a stigma on myself when I first started taking it. I didn't tell no one. I didn't tell my family. No one
told
knew.
me. Yeah,
I told you. Yeah,
I broke down. I was like,
yeah, mate.
I don't know why. Cause I don't know if it's stigma, but then I thought
it is. Because then you think, oh my gosh, my friend's that bad. She had to take medication.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I was like,
no. Instead of thinking. That's good.
It's good, yeah. I was crying. I was like, oh my god, no. I was like, oh no, this actually.
You're gonna be section.
No, that's when I was I remember that day. I was like, no.
I remember that. That was a rough day. I came home crying because I was like, I'm so bad. I have to take these medications.
Yeah, when she said medication, I was like,
and I was so scared to take them. I was like,
does this mean?
Because it made it real. Cause I was like, does this mean I'm like mentally unwell? Like, does this mean that I'm like really one of those people who get sectioned and need to take medication? And that was a stigma that I put on myself and my family and stuff like that. But actually, it was the quickest way to stabilize my mood. It worked after 3 weeks, and I was not crying every day. I was not anxious every day.
Sometimes you need that as well to just get onto being able to even express how you feel in counselling as well. So
exactly, if you're that bad that your mind's all over the place, medication is okay to stabilize things. It just gets things going, so you can actually function. You can get out of bed.
Yeah.
You can stop worrying about. Well, not stop, but like it's not as bad. Just for the record, I took sertraline. That's like the standard that they give you if you're depressed, anxious, whatever. They also give citalopram. That's a little bit stronger. Yeah. They give that in smaller dosage.
And
fluoxetine. That one's even more strong. That's for like. Strong. If you want to get onto strong, there's venlafaxine. If someone gives you that, you need counselling.
Yeah, there's obviously different types of antidepressants and.
Yeah. But it did help me, like, and I took it for the whole course of my counselling, because I think if you take them together, that's when it's most effective.
Like I said, you know how I said I'm scared because then I have to deal with all these emotions by myself.
That's what you need meds for, to stabilise.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready, guys.
If you're not ready,
but
we'll
see how it goes. I think it's so weird because in the last couple of episodes I was like, I'm looking.
Yeah.
And then now I'm just like, I'm not.
But it's
I think I'm okay now because I'm getting to a point where I'm a bit more okay. Like I'm not having breakdowns. But
if you don't need it, like it's something that you have to think about.
It's something I do have to think about, and I think it's something I will one day have to sort of address. I just don't know when.
Yeah, exactly.
And hopefully before I have children, to be honest, because then it becomes probably more difficult.
I mean, you don't know. Some people can skate through life with trauma and not actually overtly deal with it.
Yeah. That's true.
That's the point of repression that I just don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
Because that's like...
Well, you know what? I think a lot of people have done that. I think even parents...
Yeah.
Our parents probably have done that. Have seen things and they've never had any treatment. You know, and again, that's another episode.
But that begs a question, though.
That
like,
does.
Is it because mental health was so stigmatized and there was no access to it back then that they've kind of had to live with it and have learned
and
themselves?
deal with it. Yeah.
And now it's open now that it's a bit more like spoken about and people are more aware of it. And
could it be the fact that maybe because they didn't deal with it as well, it has affected the way they sort of treat their children?
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about
one
it
day.
One day, yeah. That one is
because
it's a big one.
Just because you're okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, we're open about it now. Luckily, we can talk about it. Not everyone can. I know people that listen to our episodes still won't be able to talk about it. I mean, that's completely fine. I think we're just open about it because we are surrounded by it every day at work and stuff. But it's a very touchy,
I think, to me,
subject.
Talking about how you feel doesn't hurt anyone. It won't hurt anyone. I mean, physically.
No, yeah.
You could give someone a heart attack. No, I'm joking.
It won't hurt anybody, I guess, you know. And I think, but a lot of people have this idea that if they speak about it, they're burdening other people. And again, it's all about, they're just not really thinking about their self. They're thinking about how it will affect other people, which is...
And that's what professionals are there for, though.
You can offload on them.
Exactly. No, it's true, because you're paying for them, and they know how to manage it.
That's true.
They won't take it to their back home. Like,
no,
if you speak to a friend or a family member, they're going to think about it as well. Every time I spoke to Jan, that was it. I left my burdens
she
there.
Probably left
she
it
left
there,
it there.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna take it. She ain't gonna go home and be like, oh my gosh, Kim told me this.
No way.
She doesn't care.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's actually true. Or even that, if they do feel, because sometimes people might tell me some sad stories when we're having an assessment.
Oh yeah.
But you can obviously talk about it during your supervision.
Yeah.
Or during our supervision.
There's ways.
Yeah, to sort of offload and deal with the emotions that you've, you know, taken in from other people as well. So
yeah, I think, you know, it's not a bad thing to reach out for help. It's not.
No, it's not bad.
I think you have to look within you and see how you feel about it and why you feel this way towards. It might have been you have had a bad experience with professionals, because people do, nurses, doctors, counsellors, you have bad experiences. So obviously that's another thing that plays into it. But if you've never done it, you know, ask yourself, what are you scared of? Are you ready? Will you ever be ready? Will you ever need it? Counselling's not for everyone.
It's not for everybody.
It's not. There's other modes.
There are, that's true as well. There's other ways you can deal with how you're feeling. It's not the only therapeutic intervention.
It's really not. Yeah, it's not. They have the intervention called EMDR. It's called eye movement desensitization.
You've lost. I don't know it. I don't know.
It's when they use eye movements. So they use eye movements to process your trauma. I think that's amazing if it works. Eye movement,
desensitization, reprocessing.
Yeah.
And reprocessing.
That's for traumatized people.
Interesting. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Psychotherapy kind of. Based.
So that's kind of.
Oh yeah, it's a form of psychotherapy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not. Counselling is not for everyone.
Yeah, there's different ways, I guess. You know.
There's different counselling services. If you're going to look for it,
go
on a website called the BABCP. What's that stand for?
The British Association of Counselling Psychotherapy.
BABCP.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can search for counsellors there near your area.
You can see the prices.
Yeah. You can go on if you're having interpersonal issues, like with relationships, family relationships, romantic friendships, and inclusion overall. Go to Relate. Relate is a good service for counselling, specifically for those kind of things. What else?
No, I was thinking of even suggesting that website. That's the website you should go on, guys, if you're looking for a counsellor, because a lot of people don't know where to find therapists. And then, I don't know, you need to really research, because you might find one that is actually not suitable. I've seen some really weird ones online, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
So do look properly. The website we suggested, the therapists there are accredited.
Yes.
And they are
by the British Psychological Association, so they're legit.
Yeah, so you can
yeah.
use that to look for any counsellors if you are thinking of that, and look at the prices. Call them up maybe, see what they do, what their speciality is as well, what they focus on, their rates as well,
their approach,
approaches, where they are, all that stuff.
Another one that I wanted to do is, this is for more specific counselling. This is for people who may have experienced sexual trauma. So whether that's like things like, I should probably do a disclaimer. We'll do a disclaimer at the beginning. Yeah. Things like rape, childhood trauma of that nature, incest. What was it? There's abuse. That kind of abuse. Yeah. You can actually have counselling for free through this service called Synergy. So if you just type in Synergy Counselling, it should lead you to a service called SERIC. So SERICC.
Yeah.
Is that right? So that stands for South Essex Rape Incest Crisis, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, they provide like free counselling, so you don't have to pay for that, and that really helps.
Yeah.
Can you think of any more?
I'm just thinking of, if you're under the age of 25, there's a service known as YCT, and they provide free counselling as well for anyone under that age, as well, that's dealing with, depression or trauma or anything like that. So they're mainly based for young adults and young people. So they're free as well.
They're free?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I was thinking of going there myself.
YCT, because they do face-to-face, and they do groups and things like that as well.
So they're really good, apparently. So have a look. Those are the two main ones I was thinking.
There is stuff
in terms of free counselling.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
Unless obviously in terms of caring, like carers, but...
There's, for domestic violence victims, there's places like CARA, CARA. I can't remember what that stands for.
Is that Safer Places?
Safer Places. Safer Places. So if you just Google these places, their websites should come up, and you can make online referrals. Yeah. They're usually free, aren't they? Or if you have questions, obviously call them up and ask what their service is. But there are specific ones for sexual trauma, domestic violence, for both men and women.
Yeah.
For men, there's, what's that? You know the one I'm talking about, right?
I am thinking of one.
With the website of the man like this.
Yeah, I'm wishing. I wish we should have a directory.
Do you know what? We'll make a directory. We'll share our works directory and
let you know what services are out there. If you check our Twitter as well, we'll probably post some.
We'll put it
or
there.
Maybe on our Instagram we can put some.
We'll put it there. We'll put it everywhere.
Everywhere, so you guys can know.
Or if obviously email us.
Yep. Yeah. Confidentiality, of course, we wouldn't.
Yeah. The mword.podcast1@gmail.com. Yeah. Any questions, or just DM us
on Twitter,
on our personal accounts, on our M-Word account. There's literally no barriers to contacting us. We're always everywhere.
We're always open, day and night, 24/7.
Legit.
So if anyone wants any or has any questions about this specific topic, feel free.
Let us know.
We're friendly. Yeah, you don't have to go into specific details about what's happening. Just sort of.
We're not asking you to. Even if you just think, have you got a service for this? We'll do our best to see and find
it for you.
Obviously, there's Samaritans in crisis. If you feel like you're going to harm yourself.
Yeah, please use those numbers if you feel you're at risk to yourself.
116 123.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Samaritans.
I can't remember the crisis. It's long.
No, that one's different for different areas.
Yeah, different areas, yeah.
So guys.
I
hope that helped.
It wasn't supposed to be a sad topic.
I know.
It's not really. It's
it can be
insightful. Yeah.
Has it brought up emotions for you? Not that you.
Not
ones you haven't already been feeling.
Yeah.
Same.
But I'm okay.
We're okay.
I think it's my nap time, really. Oh, yeah, it's my nap time coming up.
All right, we're out.
So I'm out to bed, into bed,
logging off.
Remember
to stay healthy.
And
make serious topics a casual chat.
I should know this by now.
Well, we don't, so it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you next episode.
See you on the flip side.
Bye.